This is the Italian Citizenship Podcast, hosted by Marco Permunian and Rafael Di Furia. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Italian Citizenship Podcast, presented by ItaliancitizenshipAssistance.com. Of course, we're back at it again with Italian attorney Marco Permunian, and I am Rafael Di Furia. And in this week's episode, we wanted to talk about a recent press conference which discussed a new citizenship law draft that has actually been already published to the website of the Chamber of Deputies, although the current text is not actually readable as of the recording of this episode. But during the press conference, this new citizenship law draft that was discussed is coming as an alternative in many ways that potentially could balance out what happened earlier in the year with the so-called Tajani Decree. But Marco, just to jump straight into things, can you tell us a little bit more about what was discussed and what could be on the table?
The press conference during which this new bill was announced was led by Senator Riccardo Mello, who is also the founder of the MAIE, the Associative movement of the Italians residing abroad. During the press conference, Senator Mello explained the content of the bill that his political party presented to the Italian parliament. And the purpose of this bill is to allow any individual of Italian descent who is third generation or beyond to be able to apply for Italian citizenship by descent, as opposed to what the rules established by the Tajani Decree state, as long as they're able to pass a B1 language test. And to further clarify, this bill would not affect those who are first or second generation, but those who are third generation or beyond would need to pass this language test before they're able to submit their Italian citizenship application. So they would need to present all of the documentation that shows that they are entitled to Italian citizenship by descent, plus this language certificate, which is another document that this bill wants to introduce. There are two types of B1 certificates. One is the standard B1 and the other one is the B1 for citizenship. The version of the test for citizenship is slightly simplified, and according to some who have taken it, they found it a lot easier to pass. In general, though, the B1 is considered to be at the lower intermediate level, and it would be enough for somebody to carry simple conversations and for daily life in Italy.
Well, Marco, thank you so much for giving us the brief rundown of what was proposed and also about the B1. But can you tell us a little bit more about MAIE, this movement that you had mentioned also that was behind this proposal?
The MAIE, the Associative movement of Italians residing abroad, started as a movement but then became a political party in 2008. The goal of this movement, now political party, is to defend the rights of the Italian citizens who are residing abroad. And over the years, we have seen that the MAIE has focused very much on defending Italian citizenship, jure sanguinis, and the rights of those who reside abroad and who are of Italian descent to claim Italian citizenship by descent, a right that they gained at birth without being limited in any way when they do so.
Well, Marco, I have to say that's very interesting because the individual you were mentioning before, Riccardo Mello, mentioned specifically about a concern, if I understood him correctly in Italian, for an Italy that could one day exist that is a multicultural nation without Italians. And it sounded like they are very much focused on trying to figure out ways that there can be growth within the Italian population and even to rely on Italians born abroad for that growth.
Yes, exactly. And during the press conference, Senator Mello also discussed how the government acted too quickly with the Tajani Decree and how that is unconstitutional.
And it is, I will say, maybe even refreshing to see that there is a fresh debate going on within the Italian government as to what potentially could happen next. But speaking about what might happen next, what do you, from your personal and professional opinion, think of the likelihood that this could pass? Do you think that there is a chance, or do you think that this may have any potential to set things in motion that could potentially right a major wrong?
It's too soon to say. This is a bill that was proposed in the parliament, so now it will need to be discussed within the parliament. And of course, we're hopeful that this will pass, even if, as we all know, there could be changes to a bill proposed by a senator when this bill is discussed in the parliament. But in the event that this doesn't pass, I would imagine that the intention of Senator Mello is to propose an alternative legal framework, especially ahead of the constitutional hearing that will take place at some point next year, during which the Constitutional Court will review the Tajani Decree. And therefore, if the Tajani Decree will be deemed to be unconstitutional, there will be an alternative framework that can be the basis to create an alternative legislation for Italian citizenship by descent.
Well, that's very interesting that there is that potential. But Marco, thank you so much for making yourself available for this discussion and for shedding some light on what is going on. It really is very interesting to see that there is a continuing discussion going on in the Italian government as to what may happen in the future, that there is pushback against the Tajani Decree. And of course, for those who are interested in future updates, make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel, and we will get into discussions as new information becomes available. But Marco, for anybody who is interested in pursuing citizenship, whether it's by descent, naturalization, or through marriage, how can they get in contact with you and your team?
People can contact us through our website, Italiancitizenshipassistance.com.
Absolutely fantastic. And of course, as I mentioned before, make sure you are subscribed to this YouTube channel for those future episodes on this topic. And make sure that you're not subscribed only to the YouTube channel, but also the audio-only podcast. But of course, if you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, that means you are not only subscribed to the Italian Citizenship Podcast, but also to episodes of Ask the Italian Lawyer and the Italian Real Estate Podcast, where we talk more about the practicalities and realities of making Italy home. And for more about life abroad and living abroad from the perspective of a dual citizen expat, be sure to come over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Rafael Di Furia. But again, we have been here with Italian attorney Marco Permunian from Italiancitizenshipassistance.com. I'm Rafael Di Furia. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.